Let me assure you, before your time, you'll not die. This kind of jolts, this kind of what do you call disorientation, it happens when you are sleeping. Mostly, if you fall asleep in the afternoon and all of a sudden you hear some voice or something, and then you feel that you want to get up, but you cannot get up. Have you felt that? It's very common experience. It's very common experience. And this is the same feeling that your friend was having. It's a disorientation. Our soul and our body is not really, like one package really tight like this. No. It is just hovering. It's just, if you can imagine, the body and the soul is all over the body. And the soul is something like a shadow of the body. And sometimes when the body is moving, the soul is not really fitting in the body. So this experience is a normal experience. Sometimes we feel it because we are quite sensitive at that time. Sometimes we don't feel it. Sometimes we don't feel it. In meditation, actually, we want to feel that, but step by step, so that there are no jolts, so there are no shocks. Although this, as I told you, before the time comes, nobody dies. So you will come back. It's definitely the fear itself. Once you have this fear that I may not come back, immediately you come back. Immediately, this fear will draw you back to the body. So there is no such thing as by accident. You're meditating and by accident the soul comes out. It cannot come back again. If it cannot come back, then it is your day. So whether you are meditating or you are eating in ubud or you are doing anything, if you don't have to come back, you don't have to come back, But otherwise it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's just a disorientation of body and soul. We have certain meditation. We used to give those meditation. We still do for smaller groups, death experience, for instance, and to really go through the process of death. What happens during death? What happens when you are breathing your last? And how to go into that? If we can go back to our past life and go back to the same experience when we were dying in our past life, then you can know what really happened. Is it important to go through that process? Not always, not always. But for certain therapies, yes. For certain therapies, for certain people who are very much afraid of death, although we are all afraid of death, but there are some people who are really terribly afraid of death. They cannot move on in their lives. So this therapy is important for them. And also for some other reasons, for some other higher reasons, but not for all. Not everybody needs those kind of therapies, those kind of practices. So don't worry. Nothing's going to happen.